some volume in honor of our guy Todd Hutchings. Got the T-shirt, and we're going to do it again. Arm Assassins, Cuppinator 2 and 7-inch wrist wrench, and we are doing volume with the side. Again, on the other day when I did some 1-rep max training, I did about a little over 80 pounds with my left arm and a little over 100 pounds with my right arm. So mathematically, I'm looking to do about 70% of that, which is around 71 pounds on this machine. I'm going for 6x6. That's what we're going for. I may have to adjust the weight on my left arm, seeing how I feel. I'm still kind of warming up. I did a few warm-up sets already and warmed up my, just general body, but here we go. Again, because I'm still warming up, I'm not pushing myself to the 6 reps yet. I'm just doing 3. It'll probably be my last warm-up set, and just already kind of feeling beat up a bit. Okay, again, I have 71 pounds right now, real weight, and we'll see what happens. Shout out to my boy Brian LaFerriere. He was unfortunately, he was in a motorcycle accident yesterday. He just got a brand new Harley, and he was in a bike accident, and he would be here right now, but he's not. But he's here in spirit, and I hope he get better soon, Bri. But he's good. He said he's like, his head's banged up. I was like, how's your arms? And as a true arm wrestler, he blocked the blow with his face, just so he didn't hurt his hands and wrists. That's smart thinking. Alrighty. Did you send a link to Bri? Oh, sweet. Alrighty. So, again, here we fucking go. I feel like I can always tell right away what's going to happen with the first set, especially with side pressure is one of those things that there's the wife that I feel like when you feel shit, it's shit. So we'll see. So far, the warm up hasn't been too bad. Let's hope for the best. Nice. Ouch. Again, set one's always like prom night. It's just always seems a lot more significant than it probably is. But yeah, that first set always kind of feels whatever. Like I said, left-handed. My my working weight here should be around for this should be around. Let me see. I'm doing percentage 70%, so 70% of about 80 pounds. But I'm gonna try because my left actually feels a lot better than my right. But I'm gonna try this first set with this current weight, with 71 pounds, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty. It may be an NFW. You're welcome, Brian. If you're here, you're welcome. Oh, oh, oh. I know I could do 6 right there, but I will be toast for the rest of the fucking set. So I am going to drop the weight down. Namaste. Whew. Oh, sorry. All right. Let's pull out. What is that math? Your calculator. Yeah. 56 pounds. All right. That would make a lot more fucking sense. Okay. So we're doing 56 pounds, which is about 13, 12. Okay, that's about right. Okay.
So do about 50.
Yeah. Again, I dropped the weight to we were right around 55 pounds, left-handed. Again, I'm not trying to break my shit. I had a guy yesterday actually in the comments. Thanks for watching. Ask like, do I prefer Todd Hutchings style training and versus, and I think I know what you mean. As far as I would imagine you're seeing Hutchins style was like side pressure based, but Todd does a lot of different vectors. But I think the biggest thing that separates Todd's style of training is he's just constantly looking to get stronger, constantly looking to get numbers higher. And I like that no matter what type of exercise I'm doing. And I think the big thing is too, a lot of people make the mistake of not writing down their um, their weight, keeping a track of a training log.
Do you want me to go get that?
Huh?
I forgot the notepad.
No, we have this. This is the visual notepad. All right. Good God Almighty. Okay. I'm always hoping there's more people in the chat so I can distract myself from the pain and punishment I'm putting on my body right now. Okay. If you're, like I said, if you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or the middle finger at this point, that's what life is giving me right now. All right, this is set 3, right? Make sure you know what set you're on. That's why I have the wife. She's way better at mathematics than I am. I got this annoying Band-Aid. I ripped my hand open during the strap training the other day. It's annoying. It's a real itch burn. me another Band-Aid? Huh? I just got to wrap. I want to wrap this one up. So again, as your strength, you do have a natural strength curve throughout your workout. That actually felt a lot better um, than that's better. Yeah. That actually felt better than my set before. I'm hoping this one feels better now because that last left-handed set felt really, 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 really hard. I don't know if I did too much maybe on that first set trying to do the 70. I'm not too sure. If you're just here, like I said, I'm doing volume training, Todd style, 6x6 with the wrist wrench, doing 70% of my 1 rep max. On my right hand, it's around 72 pounds. My left hand, about 55 pounds. How do you train a hook? Biceps. Um, my my favorite way to train a hook. I mean, this is again. Here's the thing with your bicep. It's pretty controversial with, your pronator, because again, I'm just saying this not just from arm wrestling. I am a certified personal trainer, and your pronator does take away your bicep. So the more your arm's pronated down, your bicep no longer flexes. When your arm's pronated up or supinated, your bicep is when it's active. So here, no soft bicep. Here, well, hopefully a hard bicep, but hard bicep or flexed. So for me, my favorite way to train the hook specifically is on the table. I actually get, if I don't have one of my bigger training partners, uh, if I don't have one of my bigger training partners, I'll even get my wife to help me with bands. And I literally what I do with my training partners on the table is I'll get one of the 200 plus guys and one of those bigger, stronger guys on the table, and I lock my hook and I literally have them pull it out, pull it out, like that. And I mean, I'm giving it everything I got. And then I will get one of my guy my size or maybe a smaller teammate, and I'll initiate the hook and try to sit there and just to work more offensively, flexing through that. Again, like your bicep, when I'm doing this, my bicep's not pinning somebody. My bicep's is allowing my body to stay tight. And then I'm trying to rotate my body or rotate through my hand. I hope that helps. But conventionally, I don't actually train biceps that often. Most of my bicep training is really high rep for health, for rehab, making sure my tendons are strong enough to withstand the load of all this shit. No worries. So that flew a lot better. Again, maybe warming up, maybe the caffeine's kicking in, but that felt a lot better, that set. So another thing, if like I'm getting to my last sets and if it's too heavy and I start to fail, I'll just write it down that I failed. If I'm getting too heavy or I'm getting through my sets in, like, for instance, like I have it on about 55 pounds. If I get to like set 7 and I got 2 more 7 and 8, I may bump it up if if the weight's moving as quickly as it just did. All right.
Nice.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Nice.
Fucking Band-Aids.
I need tape all the way around. You have tape.
It's okay. Set 5. Fuck.
Why do you have paper?
Okay.
Six.
Yeah. Just someone to. I'm gonna have to watch it back. Fuck them. Again, with volume day, I try not to rest. I'm videoing, I'm sore, but ideally I want to do this, be in and out, back to back as quick as possible.
It's because you're sweating. Nice. Go. One more. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. No one cares. My wife said you should have the camera there, but no one cares about left-hand arm wrestling, right?
Nobody cares about left. Even though left is my stronger arm.
It's the peg hand. Left arm's the peg hand. All right. Okay. Okay.
That's actually the first thing Todd ever said to me. I got up to the table and I put up my left hand and he said, nobody cares about left hand. I was like, okay.
Fuck.
Nice.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, brother. One thing like I don't hear Todd mentioning very often, as he keeps his secrets. uh, I know like when I'm doing these things, side pressure training, it's real important to make sure you're not relying just on elbow fletchiness. Like that last set, I could feel my hands starting to supinate over. And so the last rep or two, I really started focusing on my pronation. But it's also a lot of back pressure. The back pressure um, protects your elbow and shoulder. Because if I'm out here pushing this way, like this really extreme, I'm gonna get it's way easier to hurt my elbow or any of my joints. But I'm trying to stay tucked to use my chest, my bicep, my shoulder, my back, everything together. So as I feel I'm going sideways and I'm getting disconnected, I want to make sure I'm pulling down as I'm going sideways. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense because I see a lot of people do that, and I think it's the thing that hurts a lot of people physically. I mean, actually, it literally hurts people's elbows and stuff like that because they're just pushing sideways and they're not putting enough back pressure in. When you grip up with Todd, while it feels like a shit ton of side pressure, you also feel how hard his hand and lats are dragging, especially in the strap. He's really dragging you into here so he can go sideways. All right. And if you're just joining, I'm doing a volume day with the wrist wrench from Lucas Raymond 2 7/8 wrist wrench. I'm doing 6x6 at 70% of my respective weight, which is around 72 pounds for my right hand and around 55 pounds with my left hand.
Nice.
Oh, 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 oh. Again, left hand's flying right now in comparison. I think it's a fatigue thing. I do work with my right hand laboring kind of all day. That's not a masturbation joke. I just said something I do for my work. I paint basically with my right hand. So my left hand gets a lot more rest.
70 pounds.
How many exercises do I do? With the wrist wrench, one of the things me and Bob Brown have talked about, I like to always not only I use the wrist wrench pretty much every day, but I have so many different ones. I have a small one. Here's another Lucas Raymond 2-inch wrist wrench. I have a Mazurenko, and so I do wrist wrench exercises every day. I always try to change up not only the angle, so I'm either sometimes like in a ready go position, wrist wrenching. I'm in a losing position, wrist wrenching. I'm in a winning position, wrist wrenching, and then I do that with all the different wrenches. So it kind of like that's one of the best things about having a big team to practice with. You get to practice with a whole bunch of different feels and angles. So I'm trying to always simulate that angle on the table.
I'm still learning the technique for this. I still press down with my arm instead of going side. So I'm still trying to learn the technique. There is a technique to side pressure. It's not just blasting through it.
It is blasting through it. She's lying. No, when I critique my wife's technique, she likes to pull and hook, but one thing it's what I'm trying to make her understand is there's a very big difference between training and specific training on the table and training, emulating exercises. So if you notice what she's doing, her biggest where I would critique it, the biggest area of work of critique, she's pushing sideways down. If you notice, I'm locked here and I'm dragging. The reason my arm looks like it's going to a pin, yes, that's better. And again, the reason my arm looks like it's going to a pin position is because I'm actually in my legs. If you can see my legs, I'm actually dropping my legs as I'm going toward the pad. That looks better. That was not good. You can feel, so you can see when she watches this back, you'll be able to see her go from, correct to this. Do not do this push down thing. We're not trying to push down. That's a real good way to hurt your elbow and your shoulder.
That's how I hurt my shoulder.
Yeah.
I injured my shoulder, and I think what I did is instead of going side, I was literally pulling people like this.
Yeah. And training too. And it's super damaging on your rotator cuff. It's like, high school barroom arm wrestling, where, you're not being technical, so to speak. You're just pushing down and to the side.
And I use this one, this size. It's better for me. The bigger size, I just can't necessarily get a grip. Where this one, I can actually grip, and I can use my grip strength.
And I think that's a thing, though. A lot of people,
especially for women, I think it's better.
Well, no, it doesn't matter for women. The reality is, a lot of guys do this. Again, I do this same exercise with multiple different wrist wrenches, but I also I am a big believer in your wrist wrench should emulate the size of the person's hand you're competing against. So if you're a super heavyweight, sure, and you're going to be pulling guys with massive hands. If you're a 154 guy, you don't need a fucking giant wrist wrench. you're never going to pull people like that. So,
It feels better once I have
right.
more weight
I have
as well.
I'm going to do my last next set.
If I put more weight on it, it is easier for me to feel side pressure than with lighter weight.
Okay. Is this at 5 or 6? I don't even know.
I think you're at like 7 now.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. Again, I normally have my logbook here.
We left it
It's
downstairs.
early, and I'm in Vegas here. It's 10 in the morning, 10:30. Shit, I got to go soon. I got to go to work. All right, so what I do normally is with this, if I hit my 6, I usually kind of keep going and make a mental note of and turn that last set into like an AMRAP set or as many reps as possible. So here we go. Again, about 70, 71, 72 pounds real weight. I don't have a crane scale, but I do have a Ryan Bowen t-shirt, so you know I'm not lying.
And it's Todzilla.
Yeah. I wouldn't take Todd's name in vain.
What would Todd do?
All right.
Nice. Nice. Wow.
Nope. Do shoulder
separately.
Yes. I do a Brandon Allen, who is a friend of mine. He actually just had an awesome match in King of Cali against Dave Depew. If you don't know who Brandon is, he's a world-class powerlifter. He helps me with some of my general strength training, and I help him with his arm wrestling specific stuff. For my shoulders, 1 second, let's change the weights so I don't forget. With my shoulders, I do very light. I'll get like 10 pounds, and I start at the so I'm going to do a couple different angles. I'm going to pitch forward, and I'm doing rear delts for 10, 10 mid delts, 10 front delts. Then I just go back 10 and 10, and that's one set. And I do 3 sets of those. I'll tell you, dude, it actually really pumps up your traps and just time under tension. The other thing is a big thing in arm wrestling. I think traps are so important because your lats are what bring your arm down from here to here. Your traps are the thing with your lats that bring you this way. So I think a lot of arm wrestlers neglect trap work. I'm really trying to add it in. And again, I got guys like I'm at Sin City Iron, which is my good friend Eric Spoto's gym, and anyone who knows Eric Spoto, he knows about strength. And when you meet Eric, you just know how big his hands, his triceps, and his traps are. And he's a world bench press, was a bench press champion, and but he attributes it to his triceps and back. All right. So final set again. I did 12. I will write this all down in my logbook. 11. I think I did 11. Sorry.
You did
11 and 11 and a no fucking way. Because again, reason I didn't push through that because my last rep I could feel my hands starting to turn over, and I'd rather be safe than pull through in a weird position. Okay.
Got it.
Thank you for liking my videos. I appreciate you. I just hurt myself. What, 14? 15.
Yeah,
15. So,
thank you, Arm Wrestling One.
thank you. I'm trying to make more content. I do these lives, honestly, because I think it's cool. I like seeing the interaction with people like this, as opposed to, being an answer to questions on the fly. I actually really like that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. We're trying. We love this sport so much. We love the community. Everyone we've ever met in this sport. I started back in this sport, and my first comp was in 2001. And I used to arm wrestle with the Jacksonville Armbenders. Greg Helm, shout out to Greg, was my first mentor in the sport. I ended up competing for about 2 to 3 years then, and then I had just some personal stuff on my passing away of my father. But yeah, not only passed away of my father, but I was in the circus. I actually worked for a circ company, and I did hand balancing. And from all the arm wrestling stuff, doing this, I was losing my wrist, and so I was like, stick with arm wrestling or keep my career with the circus. I made the retarded, stupid decision to give up trophies and T-shirts and stay with my high-paying job in the circus. But 17 years away from the sport, I've been back in it now for the 18th was 3 years, so I'm 3 years back in, and and it's really fun. I'm real dedicated. It's my wife loves the sport, yeah, again, we love all you guys. So she's fucking.
My pronator is gone.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, so the other thing is, so after this, I actually do have to go to work. We took a little while setting up, I was really trying to get my wife, her technique better on this. She still has a lot to do. She's still, so if you can see fundamentally, she is pushing, do not do this. She is pushing through her, hold on. She's still pushing through her hand. So she's pushing down through her palm, which is something you never want to do in a match. So how I would correct her to do this is, if you look where her hand is, this is a simple fix. Look, so stay there. So we're going to watch on the fly. If this is your problem, I'm going to help you correct it too. Just don't move. So this is where she's at. If I go to ready go her, if we turn the camera a bit, you see her angle. There's no way you're ever going to start a match like that. So how we fix that is to get her hand where she needs to start the match. Again, you want your palm in the center of the table, or your hand over the center of the table. Again, emulating training. Yes, your numbers aren't going to be as high as if I'm here, but good luck getting away with that.
Yeah.
So there you go. You see the fundamental weakness on the fly.
My wrist automatically did this.
Exactly. So now let's her lower. She's going to lower the weight, and this is good. So you guys can see this, and she can see it on the fly too. Again, you want her hand in a ready go position. That looks about a ready go. Hold on, I'm looking. About there, right there. That's a ready go position. Now, again, so what she's doing is she's still going straight sideways. She needs to have back pressure through her lats. Right here, she should start squeezing. Back, you're going too fast. Back pressure through your lats. Once your lat is engaged, chest pressure, flexion, then the move goes. All one piece. Better. 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 That looks better. There.
It's so hard.
So it makes a big difference. Again, it's just keeping yourself honest in training.
Yeah.
And it is. It's about keeping yourself honest in training.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely for me, I tend to, because
they probably can't hear you. You have to go closer because I have my earphones in.
Because I'm really strong here. I get not necessarily. I just know that I have to train out here because that's where I'm a little bit weaker than here.
Well, everybody is.
Everybody is. So what I'm trying to do now, what Jason is having me do, because Jason is my coach. Jason is my arm wrestling coach. He's my go-to, like, and it's great having him as a coach because we live together. It's, you know,
That's married.
what I'm saying is, like, when you have someone else that loves the sport that you're doing just as much, it's only going to make you stronger. And that's what I love about Jason is he probably believes in my ability more than I do. And that's what's so good about him is he's able to tell me exactly what to do because of how much knowledge he has when it comes to not just arm wrestling, with everything else when it comes to
they don't want to hear
out and all that
a plug about me. But I mean,
what I'm saying is, it's just nice to have him there to like train and stuff like that. But my biggest weakness is when my arm gets let out, I just.
But again, what it comes from is if you're in training. I have one of the guys who I make programs for. He told me he sent me some video of his match. He's getting opened up by hookers. You know what I mean. He's getting but what's happening is he's getting over rotated right from the beginning. So fundamentally, he's trying to top roll a hooker, and the hooker is just flattening out his pronation. So at that point, the biggest thing to do is don't work on the ability to pronate in the match, but ability to statically hold that pronation as the hooker goes. And I'm going to make some more technique videos. Again, I have some I could give some background about why I feel technically I have something interesting that a lot of people may not have is I do have a 20-year background in jiu-jitsu. And there's a lot of jiu-jitsu principles, again, or wrestling principles that definitely correspond to arm wrestling. And I'm going to start making more videos about it, again, maybe with some of my other teammates, showing kind of the stuff I see a lot of fundamental things people do wrong. In a jiu-jitsu principle is if I'm not strong enough to pull the person's arm into here, but I am strong enough to put my body toward my arm. And little things like that make a huge, huge difference on the table. And just like kind of your mentally approaching the sport from a technical aspect. I'm all a proponent or advocate of be as strong as possible. Because right now, John Brzenk at 57 has all the techniques in the world to beat everybody. He's the best technician. But, would he beat a Levon right now? In my opinion, I say no, but it has nothing to do with it. It's his technique. He's not strong enough to use his techniques on Levon because how strong Levon is. Again, that's my opinion. So.
Oh, jeez. The table keeps moving.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we're going to wrap up here. So again, sorry for the video I may come on later tonight. I do have another buddy, and one of my teammates, Arrow, is going to be here at 6:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I may build our what?
Just ask you a question.
Oh, wait, how much is your side pressure max and your wife's side? My all-time best is probably about 110, 112 pounds. I think Sarah did around, I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. So she actually hit on a crane scale about 67 pounds, like 67.8, which is really strong for a female at her weight. But the difference is this. I know Ryan Bowen just made a video of him with the crane scale pulling up. To give you perspective on that same thing, I did the same lift with a crane scale, and I hit about 120 something. But I know for a fact with a crane scale on real weight that my number is not 120. So my probably all-time, just the other day, if you check my back videos, I did the full stack, which is a little over 103 pounds. And I did it several times. I did it maybe like 3 times. But again, if you're going to calculate 1 rep maxes, this is the other reason that I go back and do the AMRAPs is because, so I did 71 pounds or 72 pounds for 11 reps on one side and 15 reps. I'm going to go back and watch the video with 56 pounds on my left side. So I will put that into a 1 rep max calculator, like a benching calculator kind of thing. And I will, which you can get, just Google 1 rep max calculator, and I'll put that number 70 times 11, and that will give me an approximate 1 rep max. So when I go for the next time, I kind of have an idea in my head where I'm going with it. I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And because again, relying on just crane scales and stuff and not real weight, I just feel it's a very different tension on your bones, the angles, all that kind of stuff. Because a crane scale, you can be in your strongest position for the longest time. Real weight is starting to move, and you can get your hand opened or anything. So for me, I don't believe it's a exact. I just don't think that's the best way to do it. I think get a crane scale, get real weight, or like at our pulleys here at Sin City Iron, we do have some 1-to-1 pulleys that is exactly, it says 50 pounds, it's 50 pounds. Unfortunately, it's attached to the rowing machines, and I can't put the table there. So I did check my crane scale with the calculator on this. You'll take my word for it, but it tells you like there's like, because it's numbered 1 to 21, and 1 being 7 pounds, 21 being like a little 102. When I did the math with the crane scale, I think because of friction and stuff like that, the full stack's a little over 103, 104 pounds. So again, I hope that helps, if that makes sense. But again, I'm looking to, next time I do a 1 rep max side pressure, I'm looking to use that numbers that I said, the 70 times 11, and try to figure out if what my new 1 rep max may or may not be. Again, it's approximation. Sometimes it's plus or minus a few pounds. But like I said, we're going to get going. To finish off our workout, what I would normally do, again, I apologize. I wanted to show my whole workout. I will turn the table parallel or perpendicular, and I will do some back pressure stuff. Again, just some ready-go back pressure stuff. And then I finish up with a general workout, which is my JM presses and just some volume training with my chest and back. But I might film it later because I haven't did it today. I didn't do it today. So I might come out 6 p.m. Pacific time. Me and my buddy Ariel, who's a teammate of mine, fellow arm wrestler, will be there. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it. If you don't, I still appreciate you watching. All right, love arm wrestling and love each other. Pray for the world.